Hello and a very warm welcome to yet another interesting edition of the program CAC Weekly, a weekly program that keeps you abreast on the activities and achievement of the Corporate Affairs Commission. My name is Omohefe Peace Osemere. Coming up, CAC makes list of top 5 performing agencies in Nigeria. Nigeria Customs Director Legal visits CAC, plus focus on limited by guarantee and incorporated trustee. We will be right back. Welcome back. Let's begin with service delivery and another win for the CAC. The Registrar General and CEO of the Corporate Affairs Commission, CAC, Hussaini Ishaq Magaji, SAN, has restated his commitment to ensuring prompt and effective service delivery. Hussaini Ishaq Magaji stated this while receiving the editor-in-chief and publisher of World Entourage magazine, Abdullahi O. Haruna, in his office. The Registrar General stressed that he was encouraged by the CAC's recent performance in the just released 2023 Business Facilitation Act Compliance Report by the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, PEBEC. In the report, the CAC emerged as number 3 on the list of the top 5 performing agencies in the country. He therefore said that he was committed to ensuring that the Commission sustains and improves on its achievement to ensure economic growth in line with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. Earlier, the editor-in-chief and publisher of World Entourage magazine, Abdullahi O. Haruna, applauded the successes recorded by the Registrar General since his assumption of office. Abdullahi Haruna said his media outfit had unsolicitedly kept track of the activities and achievements of the Commission, especially through social media feeds. He therefore enjoined the CAC boss to redouble his effort towards serving the country in accordance with his mandate and pledged to ensure necessary support and encouragement. The high point of the visit was the presentation of World Entourage magazine, which chronicles the recent successes of the Commission under the leadership of Hussaini Ishaq Magaji, SAN. We say congratulations to the CAC for such a wonderful feat. Moving on to interagency collaboration, the Registrar General and CEO of the Corporate Affairs Commission, CAC, Hussaini Ishaq Magaji, SAN, has played host to the Director of Legal Services, Nigeria Customs Service, Smart Akande, and his team. During the visit, the need to deepen collaboration between the two agencies took center stage. The Registrar General used the forum to speak on CAC's plan for the Legal Entity Identifier, LEI, a unique global identifier for legal entities participating in financial transactions. According to the CAC boss, the LEI code or LEI number helps to identify legal entities in a globally accessible database. In his remarks, the Director of Legal Services, Nigeria Customs Service, Smart Akande, expressed their readiness to work towards taking the CAC and customs relationship to the next level to ensure economic growth. Highlights of the visit include the exchange of pleasantries and the presentation of copies of the Nigeria Customs Act 2023. We now shift gears and take a look at the difference between a company limited by guarantee and an incorporated trustee as provided by the reenacted Companies and Allied Matters Act, CAMA 2020, alias the Game Changer. CAC Weekly caught up with Justin Nidiabiro, Director, Compliance, who tells us more on these two concepts. Enjoy watching.
Mr. Nidia Justin Barrow, many thanks for joining us on the program again, sir.
Thank you for having me.
All right. And today we are discussing company limited by guarantee and the incorporated trustees. I mean, for the purpose of those who are listening to us now, let's start by defining what a company limited by guarantee is and the incorporated trustees.
Well, for the company limited by guarantee, what should always be paramount in the mind of the general public is that unlike the regular company limited by shares, those that are considered as guarantors in a company limited by guarantee have what is called reserved liability.
Okay, what do you mean by reserved liability?
By reserved liability, we mean that they will not be called upon to contribute capital or money towards establishment of the business.
Okay.
But that
means the operators come fully prepared.
Well, it's assumed that if you want to establish a guarantee company, that you should have some resources.
Okay.
And that what the guarantors are required to do is actually to undertake certain specific amount that when the company goes down, they will contribute those specified amount towards discharging the liability of the company when it is wound up.
Okay.
So it's like what is called guarantee. You guarantee the payment of the debt
in advance.
In advance. So when the company is wound up.
Okay.
So that is the major difference between the company limited by guarantee and company limited by shares.
Okay. Why do people opt for companies, limited by guarantee? Why will people not go for the normal limited liability company?
Well, usually when you look at the society, the society is segmented into four.
Okay.
For purpose of analysis in this area.
Okay.
There is what we call the family. There is what we call the economy, which is the private sector. Then there is what we call the public sector, which is the government.
Okay.
Then there is the fourth, which is called the social sector.
Okay.
So, and in that social sector, it is recognized that there are certain functions or roles that are not easily fixed within the remits of the responsibility of either the government, the family, or the economy. So those type of functions are the ones that are ideal as objects for company limited by guarantee. So at any point in time, a company limited by guarantee comes to fulfill or to fix a need that is identified in the society, which the other three groups will not are not actually suitable.
So from experience, what kind of interest does it fix?
Well, let's take for instance, if we look at it, if a disaster, for instance, happens in the society.
For instance, flooding.
For instance, flooding. You will recognize that for the government to act, you have to do write-up, you have to mobilize, you have to get approval, get money released before people are mobilized to address the fraud. Then for the family may be overwhelmed, or it may even be involved in the flood itself. Then for the economy, because of their orientation for pursuit of profit, that may not appeal to them.
Okay.
But somebody with the required resources could establish a guarantee company whose main objective will be to respond to such emergencies, disasters that occur in the society. And when it happens, you will quickly move resources, both human and material, to address the immediate challenges that arises from emergencies, and before the government or the other sectors even come.
So it's an emergency company?
It's technically described as a social entity company.
That's social entity
company. So
no profit. Is there social responsibility?
Yes, for the company limited by guarantee, technically it is allowed to do trading and make profit. But what it doesn't allow is that the profit should be shared to members of the company. The law does not allow a guarantee company to share profit by way of dividend.
Okay, so what happens to the profit? Give it to the public?
The profit is plowed back
to the activities of the company.
The activities of the
in terms of expansion and capacity building.
And capacity building and its ability also to respond to other needs of the society.
How popular are these companies?
Well,
do you have some examples?
Yeah, it's increasingly becoming more popular. Because of also the awareness that the government cannot do everything for the society. So particularly with the coming in of democracy, we have seen a rise significantly in the amount of companies limited by guarantee.
So let's go to the incorporated trustees. These are the ones that have to do with NGOs, civil society organization, isn't it?
Yes.
There's other technicalities apart from that.
Yes, in a sense, they are also considered as players in the social sector. And in the Nigerian context, the difference between the guarantee company and incorporated trustees is that one a company limited by guarantee is allowed to do trading and make profit. The incorporated trustees is strictly restricted to charitable objects. So ordinarily they shouldn't do any form of trading.
So they cannot help and do so.
Well, if they do it, that is illegal. That's illegal.
So what are the similarities between these two companies?
Well, the similarities...
That they are all social companies, isn't it?
Yes, that's one. Because they are all players in the social sector. Then two, you can register the same objects. Both of them could pursue similar or same object. The only difference is that for incorporated trustees, what is considered as the promotion of commerce and promotion of research is excluded from the remits of the objects for which they can be registered for.
From experience, which one do people really go for? Because you say guarantee by share, company limited by guarantee is becoming popular. But which one do people really go for?
Well, at the moment, it's almost running at par. For the reason that the awareness for charitable organization has also increased over time, particularly when you look at religious organizations. Yes. So there is that awareness that for you to even operate properly and maintain some level of corporate governance, both in Nigeria and outside, you require registration. So significantly, both the incorporated trustees and the company limited by guarantee have increased over time, particularly in the last 20 years.
So what are some of the issues that arise from these two companies?
Well, the major challenge actually has been that people tend over time, particularly the guarantee company, because it's considered as an NGO. People think that an individual could lay a claim. So you could have outside there in the general public.
So what are the advantages of a company limited by guarantee? You said you can do business, you can venture into social responsibility.
Well, the advantage usually is that, first of all, it adds value to the society. So the needs of the society that could have been neglected either by government or the private sector or the family is usually filled by the activities of the company limited by guarantee. Then for the company itself, there is some form of tax exemption that is usually given to them because they are usually promoted to fulfill that sector. And so long as they don't pay dividend to their members, then they are given some tax waivers by the federal government. Yes. So those are two advantages that we could easily see.
Okay. So if you decide to hide small and share, how will you know?
Well, except if the auditors, if the auditors,
you can connect with the auditors.
They connect with the auditors.
Yes.
If not ordinary, to easily be discovered.
From experience, have you been able to address social needs of the society? Companies limited by guarantee. Have you been able to do that?
Yeah. So many of them.
Okay.
So many, particularly when you look at the area of sports.
Okay.
Yes, quite a number of them have promoted philanthropic activities in sports.
Okay.
Then when you also look at the foundations of some either communication companies or multinational companies, you could see that they do a lot for the society through their foundations.
Okay, so all foundations fall into this category?
Usually, most foundations operate by way of...
Yes, because that's a part of the company social responsibility and program.
Very true.
Okay, so they fall into that.
Yes.
So if I have a foundation today, it falls into this?
Yes, you could. You have a choice as to whether you want to. If you want it strictly for charitable purpose, then you register the incorporated trustees. Okay. But if you have in mind that you will generate some income from trading activities and plow it back to the operation of the company limited by guarantee would be ideal.
Okay. What is the cost of registration for the company limited by guarantee? Is it the same with the other ones?
No, that's one of the differences.
Okay.
For company limited by shares, usually the amount you spend in registering the company will depend on the amount of issued share capital that you have. But for a guarantee company, it's a flat rate. Okay, so that's the difference.
What other difference should we look out for?
Well, the other difference is usually not relevant for
public discussion
for the wider society. For you to register a company limited by guarantee, for instance, you require what is called the fiat of the Attorney General of the Federation.
Okay.
Which is not required for the regular company limited by shares.
Okay. So because that's more technical.
That's more technical. And the Office of the Attorney General will also be able to vet the aims and objectives of the company to see whether it is actually relevant in the society where it seeks to.
Because you said the issues in court to pressure, so we will not know the level of regulations that have been able to.
No, we are not in court with guarantee companies.
No, I'm talking about the incorporated trustees.
Incorporated trustees?
Yes.
A few of them, to court.
Because I wanted to ask you the level of regulation so far, as far as these companies are concerned.
No, we issued a regulation whereby a comprehensive...
and the level of compliance to those regulations.
It's encouraging.
It's encouraging. Have you been playing by the rules? Not many of them. Not all of them.
We have not inspected most of the entities that are registered under incorporated trustees. Yes, but we would assume, particularly for those of them that have regular structures, regular governance structures, that they are doing the right thing. If they are not, there are few instances in which members of the public write petition to the commission. Some of their operations.
As we run down, what is the clear message you want to send out as regard comparison of these two companies? The companies limited by guarantee and the incorporated trustees.
Well, people should not confuse the two.
Okay.
That's the central message.
Okay.
That if what you have in mind is that you want, let's broadly describe it as you need a social enterprise entity that you want to address a certain need in the society. If what you have in mind is that that entity will be involved in some form of business that will generate income and be plowed back into the operations of the entity, then the company limited by guarantee will be ideal for you.
Okay.
But if otherwise, what you require is what should be described as purely charitable object, then it is better you go for the incorporated trustees.
All right. Mr. Mudia, Justin Bray, I'm afraid we just have to leave it here. Thank you very much indeed for your time, sir.
Thank you. Once more.
Thanks for that informative segment, Mr. Justin. And now, a soft one. Every last Wednesday of the month is observed as Cultural Day in the CAC to, amongst other things, celebrate diversity as well as promote local content. Let's now bring you the sights and sounds of the CAC Cultural Day. Lovely. And that does it for this week's edition of the program CAC Weekly. We do hope you enjoyed watching. For comments and inquiries, please take advantage of our social media handles and call center on X, formerly Twitter, at CAC Nigeria 1, on Instagram and Facebook at Corporate Affairs Commission. Send us an email at helpdesk@cac.gov.ng. You can check us on our website at www.cac.gov.ng. And our call center number is 0708 0629 000. Do join us next week for another interesting edition of the program. Same time, same station. From me, Omo Efe Piece of Semere, and the whole team. It's bye for now.